Good morning, sixth grade remote learners. I'm Mr. Mosca, and while we're on this journey of remote learning, I'll be your teacher. First of all, welcome to Epping Middle School. I'm sorry this is not necessarily a traditional start to things, but I hope that you'll enjoy our time together. As I said, my name is Mr. Mosca. I'm also the eighth grade social studies teacher, so that's what classroom I'm in right now. I look forward to seeing you not just remotely here, but also in a couple years in my classroom. So I'm using right now the app called Screencastify to speak with you. And I believe our school has an unlimited amount, which means that I can make my videos last as long as I need them to be. I'm not quite sure if I'm plugged into the unlimited feature though. So the video might only be 5 minutes long. And if I need more time than that, then I'm just gonna have to make a second video, but hopefully things will be relatively clear in Google Classroom. So there'll be a few hiccups along the way, but like I said, I'm happy about this endeavor. And I look forward to working with you. So as I mentioned, this is going to be the lesson for lesson one. But Google Classroom, which I mentioned, that is going to be something that you use quite regularly. Well, as in, every day. I plan on posting on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for this class. So if you go in and you take a look at the streaming feature of classwork, different posts that I have will appear as well as homework assignments, which I'll make hopefully quite clear to you. And there I am again. Unit 1, we're going to be talking about evidence. And as I was sort of brainstorming, like how exactly do I want to set this class up? I was reminded of a book I read a couple summers ago, which I thought was kind of interesting. It presented understanding world history, including the ancient stuff, some of which we'll get to, as a question, right? Instead of just being told something, it tied into the curiosity that hopefully we all naturally have. So I was sort of inspired by that. And I think that every single lesson that I do in here, and mostly will just be one lesson per day, although maybe a little bit longer than that, there's going to be a question that we answer. So today's, as we get started and kind of going through some of the basics of being a good social studies student, is what's the difference between a map and a globe? All right, I envision that this sort of setup that you see on your screen right now, that's something that we'll be using quite a bit through here. I think it's important to have a routine just so we have something that you can get used to as we do remote learning in social studies as a sixth grader with your eighth grade teacher. So the video link will be provided. Obviously, the video is not done yet because I'm still talking. And then I'm also telling you that the answers, for you to answer the questions, which can be found on slide number 8. So as we continue, well, what is a globe? I'm sure you've all seen a globe before, right? So what exactly is the difference between a globe and a map? Well, a globe, as you can see here, is a spherical model of the Earth that offers little to no distortion, okay? So we don't really say it's a circle because it's three-dimensional, right? It's supposed to represent what our Earth looks like. One of the advantages of using a globe is that it's quite accurate, right? The distances between things, the comparative sizes of continents and oceans and countries, that's all fairly accurate. However, a globe does have some drawbacks because it's showing you the entire world, and maybe you don't need to see the entire world, right? Maybe you just want to see Epping or New Hampshire or New England, or you just want to see India. So because it's showing you a lot, it might also be showing you a lot of what you don't want to see. So that might be a drawback of a globe. How's it different than a map? Well, first of all, a map isn't going to necessarily be spherical, right? It's not going to be 3D. It's a representation of area. And as the reading says here, it could be very large, right? The map that I have provided right there shows you that galaxies could be mapped, which is kind of neat. If you Google map of the Milky Way, you'll see that scientists think it might sort of be shaped like a Pringle, which is kind of interesting. But you could also have a small map of even a bedroom, right? That could be mapped. An advantage is that you can find one for your specifics, right? If I needed, directions to my parent, well, I don't know why I'd need directions for my parents' house. I know where they live, but I could have a map specifically taking me from Epping, New Hampshire to where they live up in Hamden, Maine.